Now, where do you want me? On the piano stool? I remember sitting in the organ loft in Gloucester Cathedral before I became a chorister and listening to this gorgeous cathedral choir singing Gibbons and Bird and the sound reverberating around this enormous, huge building. I remember the sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows, and yeah, that was when I was 6, so it's really stuck with me. When I started as a chorister, it was just great fun, and I loved the idea of, even then, of the dramatic shape of a piece of music, even church music, about how, you know, the architecture of a piece is put together for its, in that context, for the, you know, the greater glory of God, but more generally for the biggest dramatic impact, I suppose you would say. And even as a kid, I used to obsess about that, and that's one of the main reasons I went into conducting and into becoming a musician, because I felt that was something which fascinated me, and still it does, and still it's really a central part of how I think about music is how to make the shape overall of a great piece of music work. Trust takes a while to come, and that's why guest conducting can be fun, but the real inspiration of a relationship between a conductor and an orchestra or an opera company is when you get to work with them day in, day out, and you've lived through a lot of performances together, because then you really end up trusting each other. The Bergen Philharmonic have a unique energy, and I felt it the first time I came in 2009. What struck me then, and it keeps really in the forefront of my mind, is the way that there's a wonderful, old-fashioned even quality to the string playing, but it's coupled with a chamber musician's attitude, that there's a vibrancy about the way the whole orchestra delivers its music, that it's really wonderful, and I feel there's no boundary for our work together. We really know how each other operates, and I can push as hard as I like, and we're always rewarded by the work that we end up doing together. People who work at the airport or taxi drivers, they talk to me about what this orchestra does, and you can't get that in bigger cities, and that's a real privilege, that you feel that you're part of the cultural structure of a city. I think the Bergen Philharmonic is unique, and I think the more that people hear the orchestra, the more they really understand that. And there's something about the sound which is remarkable, and it feels so cultured but so live at the same time. And that's coupled with a spirit that I haven't really experienced anywhere else, and it's a spirit of comradeship and of being in it together to find the best we can all possibly be, and that spurs me on, and you know, in return hopefully I spur them on as well, and it just feels like the perfect environment for making music.